the first 30 seconds. Okay, one,
Let's
two,
keep saying
3,
that.
4. Let's just keep counting. 5, 6, 7, 8. Strahd's shadow pussy.
Macarena.
Okay, well, this is an annoying conundrum. Apparently, I cannot use Space Desk for what I want to use because it kills itself if it gets minimized.
It's like me.
Something like that. Welcome to the embassy.
To the embassy, you're welcome to the embassy.
embassy.
Welcome to the embassy.
So who exactly is here that Sirnesh would recognize?
Lightning, Ismark, Esmeralda. Once my notes come back up, I'll tell you more.
Oh, Lightning's here.
Yahoo!
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Huh. Google Drive. Please come up. Google Drive, you're my only hope. Bring my obsidian back.
Oh my god, Lightning, I haven't seen you so long. Lightning, hello, hi.
I know, right? It's been so long. How are you?
I'm doing great. I got yelled at for Sirnesh for interrupting scenes.
You know that it's very bad when you interrupt the scenes with a potato, right?
How do you know about the potato?
I have my ways.
Hey, here, hold this. Hands on the potato.
Wonderful. See? Thank you for the potato. Lightning is just gonna pocket it.
Run back to Zip. Zip, no, can I have another potato back?
Another potato? Why do you need another potato?
I gotta give it to Lightning.
Is he the one that put you up to giving potatoes to people?
No, that was Grunkles.
Oh, Grunkles!
What? It's funny, wasn't
Potatoes? A little bit, yeah. For the first few times, then I was just confused after.
it? Wait till they find the 150 of them in the basement.
Oh my god. No.
Why? Why so
Why?
many?
Grunkles. Why?
Why not?
Because now they're gonna take root down there.
I'm sure they'll.
Oh.
It takes them quite a while for that to happen. I'm sure they'll put them back in the.
Come on in, find a seat, and I will announce
Professional.
everybody. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm Mikael Vernhofen of Landenheim.
Pleasure is ours.
I will be hosting this meeting, and if need be, I will be serving as the moderator. You see this sharply
Okay.
dressed human man in his late 40s with olive skin, silvering dark hair, and a calm, charismatic smile, wearing a lapis blue coat with gold embroidery, a cream waistcoat, and a lightly powdered side wig tied with a ribbon. Polished and aristocratic, but warm. Over here we have Councillor Solomon Ruiz, representing the Order of the Red Wake. He motions over to a broad, weathered man with deep brown skin, close-cropped powdered hair, and a scar along one cheek. He wears a crimson military coat with indigo lapels, brass buttons, and... Nope. This assumed they're all football people!
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so we're not gonna say anything about patterned wigs or fucking clothing. He motions over to this woman with sharp features, pale umber skin, cold analytical eyes. Oh my god! How could you have failed me? Let me yell at it real quick. How could you have failed me?
Oh boy.
Sai, send me a direct DM and I'll change it for you.
Okay, so what were the names? Michael.
Vernhofen.
Mikhail.
And the other one was Solomon.
Ruiz. I'm gonna guess Ruize.
No, it's
A hard-faced naval man with deep brown skin, close cropped hair, and a scar near one eye. He wears a dark red admiral's coat with black cuffs, brass clasps, and a weathered ceremonial sword. He looks like someone who came from the dock and galleys, not its salons. And he motions over to this magister. This is the esteemed Lucinda McLariel of the Magisterium. You see this magister with sharp features, cool eyes, and dark hair pinned beneath a structured scholar's cap. She wears layered violet and silver robes over a fitted Venetian-style gown coat with thin arcane chains and spell rings. Precise, suspicious, and academically merciless. And over here, representing the Azra Bank, we have the esteemed Luigi Vascasso. He motions to this wealthy dwarven banker with a soft, heavy face, manicured hands, braided beard, kind of like in that biker's mustache. Just
Okay.
hangs down a
I see
little
you.
bit too far.
Yup.
He carries on his countenance a perfumed little smile, and he's got a green and gold brocade coat, silk stockings, polished, buckled shoes, and a jeweled ledger chain at his waist. Every inch of him says Canal Bank money in private accounting rooms. And you see, and over here, representing the footfall, we have the esteemed Claude Chandon. This,
Ain't no fucking way.
This colorful footfall advisor with dark skin, quick eyes, and a thin mustache. He wears a bright patterned coat in saffron, turquoise, and red, and he's wearing a powdered side wig with beads and a travel cloak full of hidden pockets. He looks festive, charming, and absolutely dangerous. And I believe you all are familiar with who will be speaking on this Barovian matter, so, well then, we have matters to discuss, and immediately that dwarf is going to interrupt. Listen. I believe this meeting is a tremendous waste of time. I have been sitting here on my butt for hours when there is business to do. For every second that I am sat here, that we have been waiting for your miscreant friends from Barovia, 10 gold has fallen out of the pockets of profit from me. So, tell me, why should I even be here? Madame Eva's going to look a little bit irritated and try and steel her nerves and say, "Listen, you little man. The matter we have here to discuss is of grave importance. An ancient and dark, immortal evil has broken out of its death in Barovia and continued a path of new life here in Rathal." Lucinda's going to look up at Madame Eva and immediately say, "Immortal threat? I believe you're the only immortal threat in this room with us right now." Madame Eva's going to have a twitch of her eye and glare back. "My brother, Strahd von Zarovich, was slain over a year ago in Barovia by Sai'ell here. Luigi's gonna say, "You're bringing us here for one vampire. One vampire. I read the notes. I know what you're going to say. You brought us here to discuss the matters of one vampire. Correct? Is that what I have to know?"
That managed to keep a realm hostage, several spawns of his own, some still on the loose that you're still having trouble with, right? and that
Having-
have continued to evade you.
What do you mean by that? You think there's a vampire problem in Vlandenheim?
Oh,
I think if we don't take care of this, there will be.
Who is that? Nobody introduced them. What are all of your names? You, introduce yourselves.
I'm Kanju. I was part of the team that took Strahd down.
Don't look like you did a good job.
You know what? You're right.
And you, Dragonborn,
You
what
managed-
is your name?
Siranesh, also part of them. We managed to seal him away for a good while. Unfortunately, the seal broke due to complications in it.
Complications referred to as the Groner family.
Yeah,
Of
that would be my
E-Town.
aunt. Hello, my name's Gronkles D. Groner. My aunt is the reason that this is an issue to begin with.
I'm the supposedly I would guess at this point the financial backer and I guess temporary leader of this ragtag band of miscreants hired by the large blue one over there, Siranesh, with the goal of looking into this matter which the Groner family has been perpetrating here in Rathal.
Hello, I'm Bildor of Cantermere. I lived in Barovia. Now I live in Footgrove. Who invited this miscreant? Why is he here?
Who invited him?
Siranesh and Madame Ava invited me to talk about the Strahd problem and what he represents.
Right.
Also, Siranesh, forget about that.
Good.
Kazadan, why don't you step in here? I'm pretty sure you got some good words to say. Kazadan, why don't you step up to the table?
In a far corner of the room, at a secondary exit, few of you, other than the most perceptive amongst you, likely Siranesh would have pinned it immediately, potentially Callista / Kanju, would have noted a tall gray figure whose skin tone kind of blends into the stonework of the space in simple gray robes with black highlighting on it and a raven crest upon his chest. He's going to step forth from underneath the arch underneath which he is standing. At the far end of the table, you'll see him put a hand down on the table next to the head where Mikhail Vernhofen is seated and say,
"We sealed this threat almost a year ago today. So, my banking friend, if you have any questions, direct them towards those most qualified to answer them. Not agents working for my partner Siranesh, who have no notion what it is they are dealing with."
Madame Ava will say, correct. We are here to talk about the threat that is posed by my brother being among the living realm again. Claude Chandon is going to look over at the newcomer to the table, Kazadan, and say, "We must trust the river that flows, not the stone that learned to speak. Tell me this threat that you bring here and explain to me why that you are not a threat that I should be concerned about. Clearly you are one who is not among the living."
You'd be correct. I suppose I would appear to be undead, though I am very much not. and am very much among the living. I'd like to have that set clear first of all.
The dead do not hunger as we do, so I ask what feeds him now.
Food.
Kazran does look at you, and he there's like a little glimmer in his eyes. Like you can tell he thought that was a little funny, but he's not making that known to other people at the table.
Like he said, he only looks undead.
A curse is a curse, my friend. Or well,
Tend to get that a lot when you travel.
exactly. But I'm not in question here. I've done more to serve your realm than you ever have.
Then I will
Whether or not you
Then
know
I will
it.
place my claims on the evidence you present. I do trust that if you make these accusations of danger from this Strahd fellow, that you have evidence to present relating to his existence and his danger.
Certainly.
And I'm going to stand tall and put my hands behind my back, looking at the other members of the Vlandic contingent of the council that is gathered here. Giving a brief glance to Siranesh before looking down at the dwarf.
Have you personally ever spoken with a vampire of any strength?
I have indeed.
Do you
They
know
are quite
anybody?
They are quite fearsome creatures with their charisma.
Fantastic. What is the oldest one you ever met?
I do not know if I have ever placed the age of one of these creatures.
Then what you should know is that Strahd's been in it for millennias. At
Two
least.
of them, to be exact.
So he's had time to develop his skills and hone them to a fine point.
He is, as far as we are aware, the oldest living or unliving humanoid being on the continent of Rothal, with the magical and physical prowess to back it up. And with those 2 millennia of time practicing those skills of his, he's grown eccentric beyond the cruelty he already possessed.
He's very
And-
insufferable.
And you all at this table,
Unstable.
you all at this table agree that this Strahd is the threat you say he is?
He's the reason I look like this.
Well, a river of rumors is still not a road. Where is the written stone? I need evidence of these claims you are making. Do you have perhaps logbooks of people that lived in Barovia underneath him?
Can you start just telling about the stories that they've read in Strahd's book that would pertain to this out of memory?
Better yet, I'm gonna look at Kenju and be like,
Do you still have the book?
Fuck it, I'll try. I'll try to summon the book.
You're expecting it to land in front of you and plop down in front of you, this relic you're tied to, and it never comes.
Well,
I guess that's tied to the old body.
we didn't bring you guys more than. He's gonna gesture to the 4 most likely to tell the stories from the guard contingent that we brought from Barovia. So they can tell their.
Lightning will recant the story. Madame Ava will speak about how long that she has existed there, with Lucinda saying, "Now listen, why don't you tell us the truth? I know you've lived there far longer than a simple lifespan of a woman that looks your age. You've been there from the very beginning, haven't you? Madame Ava will glare over at her. Okay, right, fine. It is exactly as you said. I've been there from the very beginning of his reign. I have seen the country of Barovia, the slate wiped clean, time and time again. When he just grows angry on a whim, I have seen the way he clears the land, leaving only the Vistani people and a couple of his most trusted generals, waiting for it to be refilled with new souls to play with.
Might I mention, Lord Banker, you are quite a terrible businessman, or a great fool if you've never heard a Vistani tell tale of Barovia and the Dark Lord that once ruled it. If you spoke to any of them within the past 365 days since this occurred, you'd know very well that a great and terrible, frankly, deity was felled in that realm. Or are you so cloistered behind your walls of gold that you've lost touch with the greatest merchants on your continent?
I know that the Barovian wine brokerage is stepping in places where it has no business being and cutting off the profits that once made the city oodles and oodles of gold. So, I believe there's a tremendous...
Make better wine. Make better wine.
Make better wine. Is all I can say.
Lucinda will speak up and say, I am confident that Barovia, who has made this tremendous mess, is more than capable of cleaning it up of their own accord. Besides, how competent of a wizard do you truly think this Strahd is?
How competent are you? After all, you have a license, you have rules you must follow, you have a structure under which you must abide. Strahd has been structureless in his machinations, plotting, and research for 2 millennia. The power he possesses is bar none the greatest single magical entity in all of Rothal.
And while your rules and regulations help you, he has no such regulations that keep him from doing what he wants. If he wants to, he could probably mass enslave an entire village with you none the wiser.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's already taken control of several nomadic tribes across the Iblis Valley, or slaughtered the occasional hamlet on the outskirts, unbeknownst to the Duke. After all, it's a vast plain, and very few administrators to wander it.
She's going to place a hand under her chin and ponder, and there's just a sly little grin as she watches the words that Kazadan says. Make an insight check for me if you don't mind.
On Kazadan? Fuck.
I was gonna say, can Cyranish assist that at all? I know he has.
I don't have Kazadan. Where is it? Inactive. Yep, there it is. I'm really bad at these.
That's why I'm asking if Cyranish can give you aid in that.
Cyranish, you could make your own insight check.
Certainly.
Do better than me.
That is
Just
Zivno,
do
not
better than me.
Cyranish. That is Derek. Where is Cyranish? There you are, Cyranish.
Battle pile.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yes, that's a great one. That's a really good one.
Cyranish, make whichever is higher, perception or investigation. There's something about the way her lip curled into that grin, and the particular angle at which her eyes are looking at Kazadan, that you, for a second, they're looking at somebody as if there's this familiarity in the way this game is played that they're eyeing him up with. That's all you're able to make out of this.
And while he can tempt you with great, fantastical magical abilities, that comes at a heavy price. Your freedom, for one. Because, if you know vampires, once you're under their spell, you're not leaving.
Unless they want you to.
Which is unlikely.
Solomon is
Put it
going to
bluntly.
now look over and raise a hand politely and say, "And would this vampire be able to muster more of a threat than the Vicarian warlords gearing up to attack our city to the west?"
Would
That's,
Sirnesh know about that?
Phenomenal question.
Because as it stands
Well,
right now, an entire city was razed, Oldenhofen. That used to
I
be the
heard.
westernmost reach in Rithal. But it was sacked, and their forces are gearing up. This one single vampire, do they pose a threat to life greater than the Vicarian warlords?
The threat is different. Do you want a threat at your borders or a threat inside your home?
I must.
We have
Pose the
both
same question.
threats here happening at once, because just outside the gates of Landenheim, the people of Oldhofen try to find their way in where they can fit, but there is not room for them all. So the crisis is now twofold. I do not
propose a
believe
deal.
Landenheim has the resources to handle all three of these tasks.
I propose an arrangement, then. How many refugees sit outside your walls?
15,000.
10? 20? Send 5 to Barovia.
5,000 to Barovia?
Correct. We will see how they like it there. We will acquaint them in the newly constructed settlement. I'm going to need, however, a promise that you will be able to passage them safely.
I can
I
guarantee
possess
that.
very little power, but I
If
will
the-
take them off your plate.
If the pressure can be released here in Vlandenheim, then we can help in kind. So I believe I can agree to this arrangement. Luigi's going to look over and say, Do you know how much money that is going to cost to ferry all of these people to this Barovia? And how do we even get to this Barovia anyways?
I see you are a merchant of very little travel ability.
He's just gonna say slyly.
Lucinda and Solomon seem to like that, and they both giggle to themselves. The door will open, and somebody will be walking in a little bit late. Continue.
Do I recognize the person?
You do not.
I, as in Kazadan, not Siegfried. Siegfried's like, what the fuck is happening? I'm so out of my depth here.
Right?
Hey, Siegfried,
So
I
is
think
him,
he
no,
could
he's-
probably run his job better than me.
So you probably, yeah. You didn't hear that from me, though.
Yeah.
I'm whispering.
Anyhow.
It's taking a lot of effort from Kanju to not say how pissed off they are at Luigi. Luigi's
No,
irritating
you're
the shit out of
You and
Kanju.
Sirnesh are in the same boat.
Like their leg is rocking the table.
Kazadan is trying his hardest, and I think Sirnesh should be able to tell this, that Kazadan's trying his hardest to be
Civil.
Cordial.
Push him just enough without going too far.
Oh, Kenji wants to go too far so bad.
Is money really a concern? No. Don't answer that. I already know your answer.
Money is a concern. Money runs everything, especially in Landenheim of all cities.
Still, they're
Runs
people without
Barovia
homes.
too, Siranesh. Lest you forget that we are built upon the trade route that we have established in the years since Strahd's demise.
Yeah. I don't want to.
But regardless, we are woefully underpopulated and in need of colonists and loyal subjects who have no skin in the game and no loyalty to Strahd.
Mikhail
Thus I
will...
offer the 5,000 to start, and potentially the rest after if we're able to find them suitable accommodations and create enough farmland with their labor.
Mikhail will look over to the stranger approaching and wave a hand and say, Come, sit down. Everybody, this is Mallory Shervette of the Rothal Collective Defense Force. Sorry I'm
Mallory
late.
Hesitan's gonna bow before them.
My sincerest apologies that I was late. Ran into some brigands on my way here. Mallory Shervette is a compact, steady woman in her late 30s or early 40s with tired eyes, close-cut hair, and the calm posture of someone used to being the only adult in a room. She wears a field officer's uniform. You could picture it as like a dark World War I style tunic with a high collar, brass buttons, a leather crossbell, polished boots, with a peaked cap tucked under one arm. Her uniform is clean but clearly used, with scuffed gloves and a service pistol at her side, and a few modest campaign ribbons. She does not look theatrical or noble. She looks practical, disciplined, and very difficult to move once she's made up her mind. She comes over to the table and sits down.
Thank you for your presence, madam.
Pleasure to have you.
Mikhail, give me the brief of it. All right, I'll explain everything that has been discussed so far. Lucinda will now speak up and say, why can't Barovia simply not send out their clearly capable forces to deal with their own problems? Madame Ava will say, there are a number of growing problems within the borders of Barovia right now. We are under constant pressure from undead threats. We are currently monitoring a situation involving a titan made of bone, making its way across the landscape, as well as straggling vampire enclaves from some of the cities that opened up when the realm expanded. On top of that, there's other looming threats towards the stability of the realm, where my people are as capable as they are, but we need help.
Lest I remind you, there are, in total, say, 10,000 Barovians. Right now, there are not many of us, and we are a highly militarized society with no capacity to militarize more without crushing the peasants under us. And that is something I will not allow.
And as Madame Ava has said, we're stretched thin already defending the route and each of the cities.
I've sent what I can. I'll have agents in contact with each of you. Siranesh, I expect you to become in excellent contact following this meeting. I'd like you to remain in contact and report back to me about any dealings and news you have.
Claude Chandon is going to now say, this problem you have, what would you expect of the people of Footfall?
To be aware, to work in cooperation with the RCDF, the Stallman, and to any agents of Barovia who might be requesting shelter, protection, and ease of passage through your lands. For the protection of your own people, I simply ask you to keep an eye out and a warm hearth for our agents.
The problem here lies in that there are things we are dealing with too. When kobolds learn the tide, even stone walls must listen. Do not measure the raider by his height. Measure him by the number of oars behind him. And by that I mean our seafront is threatened by kobolds riding around on their ships looking for the next place to strike. This is the number one chief concern that the Stomp currently faces.
Kobold raiders haven't struck your shores in a century at least. You'll survive.
The crab is small, but he comes with the tide.
Quit speaking in metaphors and speak plainly.
I am sorry, I speak mostly in metaphors and proverbs.
I hate to say, but it sounds like you're about ready to say bombaclat. Just forgive me.
What
It's not.
he's saying is that he fears there's going to be, because there hasn't been a raid in a century, that there's going to be so many kobolds he's not going to deal with it, or he can't.
Exactly. The sea makes long legs for short men. The harbor gate is only strong when someone watches the black water.
I understand your concerns. Lord Shandon.
Did I offer you something in exchange for the help we can offer? Again, I have the two problems. The kobold raiders spotted off of the coast. Perhaps there is a ship-to-ship warfare situation that is brewing here. On the second front, a less direct approach, there's another problem in footfall occurring right now. There has been a worrying presence of cultists around the Ochsenberg area that have stolen one of our most cherished artifacts. Are you familiar with the demon Olspit?
Uranesh has informed me, as his party has informed him.
The brave heroes that sealed him away and defeated him. The weapons and armor they use have been long protected, though the crook of Martin the Brave has been used continuously. The problem is, the last person who was entrusted with the staff of Martin the Brave went missing, and as did the staff with it. The circumstances of their disappearance, we found their body. They were burned alive. Nothing but charred bone.
While this may be a growing issue for you, it's not one that is of direct concern to me or my people, and as such, Siranesh, I defer to you and your agents to handle it on our behalf. Do you think you're able to do that?
And he's going to glaze over the party with his eyes.
Siren's going to roll an insight check on the party. Okay, with a 10, does he feel like they could maybe handle it?
Like they think they could handle it?
Yeah. Does he think that they'll be able to handle it specifically, Sai?
These guys are fairly capable. Sean will speak up again. When the shepherd's crook is stolen, count not only sheep, but the wolves who now know the pasture. I'm sorry, the proverb was late, but had to be said.
That's fine. But I believe you guys can handle that, right? After all, you already came from there, right?
We came from there, but we were kind of ambushed. Got this Gormarch situation, kind of.
Lord Shandon speaks true. Their roads are not exactly safe to travel. We were accosted on the way back to Surefoot.
So you think you have people who can handle retrieving this and dealing with this problem, and possibly dealing with this cult? Sean is going to look over at Harper specifically.
Harper's going to look back.
He'll look to Sir Nash now and say, "Do not mock the sheep for softness. One lamb broke all speed, and another yet might break what follows."
I'm not mocking them for their softness. Don't worry.
Tell me, what is your name?
Harper.
Do you know the tale with Martin the Brave and his friends?
No, I'm very unaware of that.
Martin was a cowra just like you. He traveled with his wife, striking down evil wherever he found it.
Oh.
I recommend if you stop by Archenberg on the path for this quest, that you possibly stop by the House of Memories. If you have the blessing of Footfall, they will let you read all of the books and all of the extra material stored there.
Thank
Just
you.
paled, like side to side.
What?
No, he's just thinking back to fucking racists in his thoughts. He's like,
Oh.
fucking assholes.
Luigi is going to say, "I'm still not really moved by any of this. My position hasn't changed. We shouldn't help them."
Aren't you a fucking ray of sunshine?
Luigi's the bank,
Siegfried
right?
He's the
Has to
dwarf.
gaze at you. He's the banker.
Ah,
He's about to be a dead.
so you'll
banker.
lose motivation.
Regarding Vlandenheim, I would like a group persuasion check for everybody's arguments.
Can we
From
roll
Kazadan,
Siegfried?
I've got 3 people that I want to make a persuasion check. Pick them.
I mean, Siegfried would be the best at it.
I have a 12 plus 2.
Siegfried hasn't.
It's not-
Siegfried?
Yeah.
I think
Hasn't been
Kazadan
talking.
is more appropriate because
Kazadan is
Kazadan
more
has
appropriate.
made the deal with Solomon.
Yeah, it shouldn't be based on stats. It should be based on
Yeah.
story.
Stats and arguments.
Yeah. Can I get advantage because I made a lot of good points?
You may.
Oh!
That would have been a 17 with Siegfried.
All right, the next person.
Sarah Nash.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Where is the person?
Hey!
Well, I mean,
Wow.
All right, now for Lucinda. Let's see it. Somebody hit me. Can
What
you?
is her stats? A 7 plus whatever.
Madame Ava,
Some-
Siranesh, you see Madame Ava is working some magic over there, and Lucinda is watching her closely. Siranesh, actually no, Kazadan, re-roll.
Oh god.
This is a brutal argument, man.
Mm. Lucinda's going to say, "So you can't stand on your own words, so the immortal witch is going to try and bend fate. How cute." Now then, I would like the smaller party make a persuasion check towards Claude Chandon regarding
The
your
little folk.
conversation. So Harper, make this at advantage.
The little folk.
And again, advantage is alt, right? Just making
Yep.
sure. Okay.
Everyone rolling a 7.
Zivno, you recognize an opportunity to present some arguments or knowledge you have about the Kobold Raiders.
what? Oh, what specifically could he divulge? If you don't mind me asking, it's been at least a few years for him.
This is entirely up to you, bud.
Oh, fuck you.
Go ahead, make up some lore.
Well, Zivno's gonna... He's gonna say it's gonna be at least a few more years until the kobolds are. No. It's gonna be at least a year until the kobolds are actually finally ready for a raid. After all, they still need to get all their materials together for it.
And how would you have the knowledge of what kind of materials they need to gather and the time frames for these?
It's been a few years since I've been there, but I do know they were, practically mining the mountains away.
And how do you know that?
Zivnode. I mean, I lived there a few years ago.
Oh! There's a little bit of nobody's actually that stunned to hear that, but
Oh no.
they will just kind of look over at you. Make a persuasion check, Zivna.
Alright, it's just a straight roll, it's fine. See?
Does anybody else have anything to add towards convincing the representative of Footfall to give assistance?
Whether you
Sir.
decide to help us or not, it'll either become a problem that you have to face, or we will deal with it ourselves. But if it's a problem you'll have to face without us,
I swear to you by all the gods that we will handle this problem of the demon Allspite on behalf of Kazadan and Sai'ell of Barovia. We can do this. I firmly believe we can with proper time and preparation. Give us 2 weeks time and we'll be ready and we'll be in Archenberg. You have to believe us that this is something well within our capabilities. I mean, we just pulled off a heist at the Great Steel Casino to extract a high-value target from right under the noses of the staff, one of the best defended locations in all of Rathal.
And Madame Ava will say, and you may need to return there at some point. There is important matters. I can also vouch these are fated individuals that will accomplish great things. Though I do ask, I have something to pull them immediately before they help with the business with Allspite. Intriguing! You have the Witch of Barovia pulling strings for you. Do not think I do not feel the tug
I've
you have.
never met her. I've never met this woman outside of a month ago. She has been nothing in my life. This is purely a group of people who I have seen do phenomenal things and pull off bullshit you could not fucking imagine.
And he's just going full candid right now.
Hit me with that persuasion at advantage.
$26.
26. Very good.
I love expertise. It's so nice.
Luigi will stand up and say, Mikhail, it has been not a pleasure. Do not bother me with such drivel again. And he will stand up and leave the table. Lucinda will chuckle to herself as Solomon says, You scratch our back, we will scratch yours. So I am willing to offer help, yes. Lucinda will just shake her head and say, I'm not yet convinced there's anything I'm willing to provide. Other than perhaps the flow of information and some discounts. She will stand up and say, Though we can work out the details of this later. Kazadan. Sai'ell. Farewell for now.
Farewell.
Pleasure as always to deal with the Magisterium.
He's going to say with a perfectly straight face.
All right, so you did really poorly for Vlandenheim. Let me show you what they were willing to provide other than the things you were asking for. So you will be getting the first two things. Add on to that what you were asking for from Kaz making the deal with Solomon.
Okay. I don't know exactly what Solomon was willing to give us. He just said he would help us, and Kazadan said he would take refugees. So there wasn't really any specifics ironed out. I assumed that would be ironed out between them after the meeting.
Yep. So I'm gonna be pointing at number 4.
Okay.
I do believe this is a threat worth taking on together.
10 spell scrolls.
10 soldiers led by a knight from a noble house and airship.
Yeah, so y'all missed the airship and y'all missed the discounted spell-bearing weapons.
Damn.
I would say you automatically get the flow of information no matter what. So y'all are going to get that, and number 4, the deployment of 10 soldiers led by a knight.
No,
Okay.
spell scrolls? I cry.
Well, we managed to convince the military people. We didn't manage to convince the financial people, the magical people, or the political people.
It's fine.
Luigi wasn't going to be convinced. He's a dickhole.
Yeah,
And the banker I really didn't care much of.
I did. That was
Why
probably
would
one of the
you-
more
Wait.
important
Alright.
ones.
No.
On this one, you're automatically going to get the first thing. I want you to pick 2 items off of this.
2 items off the next one.
Yep, 2
Or,
items
sorry,
off of
on the
this
next-
one. So you automatically have the flow of information regarding vampire sightings.
Treant would be pretty sick to have.
Transport via
Transport.
plant is insane.
It is. That would be pretty big.
I think
Right.
we have to go for that one.
Yeah, the transport via plant is
Yeah,
no-brainer.
that one
We
would
get
be
that
good.
and sightings.
We already get sightings.
Oh, so we
I
get
would-
3 of the 4 things in the second one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say the church in the Treant deal.
What do you mean by rations for vampire hunters and co? Does that mean like the party and those who are assisting the party?
That would essentially take away your need to ever, while you're on Strahd missions and stuff like that, you would never have to worry about your rations buying them.
I want to do that one.
wise.
I want to do that one. That is just such a fucking hassle to have to deal with that I don't want to have to deal with.
Such a money drain.
Right.
But a church would
I-
be nice.
A church would be nice, but we can always.
Siegfried is pretty anti-religious as a gnome, I will say.
What I will
Yeah, but
say,
we can
what I
hire
will
some
say
clowns
regarding
to
item
build
number
the church.
2, what I will say regarding number 2 is that the next party member that you will be gaining likely has the ability to create food.
Ah.
Holy Order? Who would be sending a Holy Order to help us? Or would they just have heard of this and would just be on their way?
I believe this is what, from Footgrove?
Yep,
Or Footgrove?
from the
Okay.
stomp.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
A holy order
gotcha.
from the stomp is going to come.
So it's going to be a bunch of Pelor worshippers or people who worship the footfall.
Ah. Players choose the gods, so.
Yeah.
Bunch of Elmir and Kaora?
All of the gods kind of suck is the problem. Like, all of the gods are good in some ways and absolutely awful in several others.
You can say that about any
Welcome
other
to
race.
paganism.
Yeah.
Holmono gets drunk all the time. The clowns are fucking disasters. Arkashka is a terrorist. Velmira is a
To be fair,
selfish bitch.
they worship
You
Hobson all
is a
wrong.
zealot. They're all questionable options.
Okay, but so Akashka basically made guns, right? So
And is a terrorist.
and we're
Is that-
dealing with a terrorist cell, so terrorists beat terrorists. Deadliest
it-
Warriors, IRA versus the Taliban.
Was Arkashka the one?
I will-
that-
Arkashka was the one that Strahd kept you from
Yes.
being able to hear.
Okay, yeah.
I will say Arkashka is likely to put a target on our back politically. Arkashka
Anyway,
worship
anything I
is
can
generally
do at this
frowned
point
upon.
could potentially do that.
No. I mean, like, in universe-wise, Arkashka is broadly disliked by damn near every political entity in Rathal, and as such, they are likely to be less likely to want to help us if they think we are worshipping Arkashka.
Because anti-establishment, I think that's an even greater reason to bring that bitch in.
I think we have to be pragmatic here and not choose Arkashka.
Well, and then the
she
selfish,
sounds-
selfish bitch, the lamb of ambition, you know, and close enough to Arkashka, I guess.
I think you could be a reasonable option. They hate the undead. That's like one of their biggest things is they hate the undead.
No, okay.
That counts as me, still. I'm still
Not if they aren't aware of that.
You're
still
you're
alive.
living now. You're
Well, yeah,
living
you
now.
are
You just
living
have
that.
two
You're in a
souls.
body.
Yeah.
You just have two
Body's
souls.
not undead.
Yeah, you're not undead anymore.
I'm counted as undead.
Self-identifying as undead.
Yeah. I identify as rotting.
Take a fucking shower!
God damn it!
Been walking for weeks, there is no shower.
I'm just aura maxing. Shut the fuck up and take a shower.
It's called scent maxing, actually. Pheromone maxing. Yeah.
Dent
I'm gonna-
maxing.
Oh,
Scent maxing.
Piss out of you.
I'm voting in favor of Gyu, although I'm not particularly. I would say Pelor also would be my two things I think are the best options.
Sigma's gonna veto Pelor.
Well,
Sorry.
if we go to the church, actually, you know, Pelor wouldn't be bad because that's kind of the group of
God of
individuals.
sun and
that-
surf, baby.
Although to be fair,
I-
the biggest problem with go for it.
I am not allowed to weigh in on this, though I will remind you that thus far, two gods have tried to help you and interacted with you directly. That is Win and Arkashka.
Forgot about Win. Oh my god, I forgot about Win. It's Win. It has to be Win. Win is the Fey one. Win has no one
Yeah.
hates Win. Win just kind of is there and is chill. I
Win's
think
a
we
win.
have to choose
If you
Win.
hate Win, you are awful and you will
I'm-
commit honorable seppuku.
I mean, I'm just talking about
I
this
already
over the
have a
table.
deity that I have worshipped.
Yes.
Yeah, this is true.
And Win won't care if you continue to worship them either. You will. Arkashka might.
Yes, but how would Hobart feel about me?
I don't know.
How much
this
alcohol do you
paladin?
got on you right now?
I got one bottle of quick rum.
Well, that works.
I will say,
Yeah.
following Hobart is not mutually exclusive with existing around other religions. Dare I say, following Hobart mandates you're around other religions because his entire thing, like, they are a religious minority everywhere. They are literally a traveling band of people whose only goal is to make people happy in life at the like most basic level of their religion.
Okay,
Well,
so
you
this
know,
might
unless
be-
you're one of the juggalos, and then it's blow shit up.
Yeah,
It's-
and yeah,
this,
For me, it's
this
either
might be-
Arkashka or Win.
I'm voting
So-
on Win. Let's take a vote. I vote Win.
I'm voting on
I don't think we-
Akashka.
Voting
I'm
on
gonna have to go with
Arkashka.
Win.
Callista, Arkashka or Win?
Callista's dead.
Yeah, no,
You
Kanju.
know who I mean.
Kanju, you have been
Or
directly.
Molly.
Arkashka has tried several times to help you, and that was the person you saw in the statue.
Yeah.
She's also a terrorist and a gun maker, so like, help
Come
your
out, you
terrorist
black and
sheep.
tans. Come out and fight me like a man.
Help your terrorist sheep get the guns that she needs, and suddenly the Armalite becomes a thing. We'll call it the Harper Light. And
Harperlight.
HR 16.
no, HR 18.
Yeah, we have to have them at a legal point.
So I've got. I'm holding my votes. I don't want to hold my fingers up, so let's vote. Come on, Kanju.
Arkashka.
Okay, 2 and
Okay.
2.
As a character, I don't know.
Ziv-
if
I
No.
also.
I voted win. Gronkles voted win.
Zivno's the tiebreaker.
I think Swampy
Swampy?
already said win.
Did
I
you
said
say win?
either Arakashka or win.
And you
Oh,
have to decide.
Zipno's fine
You are
with
the
me. Okay.
tiebreaker. You were the
I-
tiebreaker.
This is already settled in. This is settled in. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
I got it.
I was gonna say I'd prefer Arakashka, but
well, yeah, you probably should have said that then.
yeah, I mean, hey,
We're gonna get
will
what we get.
remember this.
You're
And
gonna
she
get
will
what you
forget.
get, and I already know the answer now.
yep.
We don't get to be terrorists now, all because Zivno is holding out.
Oh,
we
don't
can't
assume.
have...
Don't assume that. Don't assume that.
Yeah, no.
No. I
Oh,
was
Win,
setting up-
believe
I
you
was
me,
setting
Win
up a
has been a
funny.
terrorist. Win has been a little bit of a cheeky terrorist to the
Let me
gnomes
just
before.
let me just say then this: Arkashka worship. Arkashka does not demand exclusivity, and neither does Win.
Yes.
So you're
I
gonna
mean, the
get
only
what you
one
get.
that we were really, the only ones we were offered that like require exclusivity are you and Pelor.
I mean, we can also do straw.
Nope.
No, he's not.
Hey, yo,
That's
Hobart,
a
how do you feel about me
universal.
worshipping Strahd?
All right, time to smite the bunny.
Just
All right,
start ripping more.
Zipno now has a. chance
Hey,
to win.
Gronkles. Interestingly enough, do you say that over the table or in character?
I was saying it over the table, but I can say it in character.
Over the table, I'm gonna beam at you directly, and Zach. All right, you're starting to feel
Yeah.
this pounding, kind of sharp pain in your head, like you haven't drinking water in a week, and you just decided to have like 2 bottles of whiskey. Enjoy. I cast Hangover.
Oh, I ran out of juice. I cry.
You may
Yeah,
got some ibuprofen or Tylenol. I suddenly got a bad headache and everything's clammy and sweaty, and I don't feel good.
Oh,
No, your character
God.
doesn't feel it. I sent it to you
Yeah, I
in
know.
real life.
I know.
Sorry, I can't get next day express shipping to
Okay.
where you live, but
So, I believe we can make things happen between each other, so you have my standing on this. We will be in touch. You are the people of Surefoot, yes?
that's
Yes.
correct.
Is correct.
Yep.
I will come by later to pay you a visit personally, and Hey, you're that... You happen to be the sheep that was there at the Great Steel, yes? Harper, was
Yes.
it? Deaton sends her regards.
Well, when you see her, tell her I said mine as well.
I believe I know
Pulls
a
out a
little...
gun, shoots you.
Yeah.
I believe if you would care for it, I could bring her with me.
I think I would appreciate that, as a matter of fact.
Very well. I love it when friends get to see each other again. Anyways,
Friends,
I will
yeah.
take my leave of this meeting now, but it was good to hear from you. I am sorry for all the problems that have been caused, and I hope that we can work together mutually, so that the future of Rathol is a bright and wholesome one free of the tyranny of the undead.
One can
Staying
help.
here.
Thank you for your honesty, Kazadan. I appreciate that. Siranesh,
Of course.
we will talk soon. Madam Eva, it is a pleasure as always. And he will stand up and leave.
Kazadan's gonna motion for Siranesh to follow him and head out the side door that he was lurking
Hey,
around.
wait up, says Mallory.
To me,
There's
to Kazadan.
still more people.
Yeah,
Jeez, buddy.
sorry about
Kazadan turns him out then.
sorry about Vlandenheim. They can be a little
Can't
bit
expect
tough,
merchants to not chase the profit.
Wow.
indeed. However,
Hello, sir.
I've heard what you have to say, and regardless of what they think, a vampire, let alone a magical vampire, is always a threat that needs to be dealt with. So I can definitively say that you have the RCDF on your side, and she's going to salute. We will be around to discuss how we can help.
Why don't we
With that,
meet in my private
with-
quarters later with Siranesh and a couple advisors? We can discuss.
not tonight, unfortunately. I have some other business I need to get to, but I believe I can probably get information to how we're going to meet about this at a later time. Kazadan, make an insight check. Lucinda is kinda mean-mugging her.
Alright.
Oh, Lucinda left.
I just
She
like jump
stood
off
up.
the table and start choking her. Or at least
16.
16. There is this twitch, and you see this look between the both of them when she mentioned threats that need to be dealt with immediately. Mallory and Lucinda made eye contact with each other, and that's the exact moment this hostility seemed to perk up in Lucinda.
Thank you for seeing the situation for what it is.
Indeed. I cannot bear the
appreciate
undead
it.
roaming our lands and feeding upon our people.
Yeah. Trust
And there
me.
will only be more in a short period of time. I'm sure you will see that very soon.
Kazadan's going to leave with that, hoping that Siranesh will still follow him out in a couple minutes.
Siranesh is making sure the rest
I know,
of them leave.
he just motioned for you to meet him out there.
Yeah.
Mikhail will stand and say, "Haha, good banter between friends, eh?" So I am glad I did not have to stand up and physically restrain Luigi. That is most desirable of an outcome. But hey, you all can stop by sometime. Maybe we can talk this over some more. Maybe there's more talking to do. But for now, the hall is yours. Madam Eva did mention she wanted to borrow it for the time being, so we're going to leave you Barovian folk and your entourage and make our leave for the night. It was a pleasure to meet you all. He's going to move across the table, shake everybody's hand, and give them a hug.
okay. Yeah, I like.
Thank
him.
you. Alright. And tell Luigi he blinds himself with gold to not see the platinum.
I will indeed tell him that.
Thank you.
I will tell him you are a man, small not in stature but heart, and you blind yourself with gold.
That also works. Many thanks.
The rest of them are going to start to filter out, and Madame Eva is going to give a little sigh about how that all went down with all of these external forces of Rathal. It always could be better. Always.
Yeah.
And it always could be worse.
Indeed.
We got a promise of minimal force participation from
the Order of the Red Wake. We got information. You know, that's not bad.
Tell you what, I'll be back. Guys wanted to see me outside. He's gonna have an echo posted outside the door while he walks away.
So, I had to get up and relieve myself partway through that meeting. Did anybody bring up my auntie in the Gore March?
I made mention of it once, and
I believe,
Okay.
yeah,
aware.
it was made mention of, and it kind of got dropped, and I don't really know why. We might want to go meet with Counselor Vernhofen and make him aware that was
Yeah,
a
'cause-
thing.
He's kind of a big deal. They got a lot of firepower. I mean, if you saw what I saw, there was at least 20 fireballs raining down on me on top of like the
Fireballs?
magma
Or firebolt?
I look, flame at my face.
Fair.
I think that we honestly,
That was just a small detachment.
it wouldn't surprise me if we could actually make a report of that to the Magisterium and they could send an investigation for illegal magic use.
They won't do anything.
They might. If it's as bad as you say it was, Gronkles, they can search your mind for the memory and they'll find it and they'll believe you and then they will send someone. You don't have anything in there that is going to be used against us.
I mean, nothing as big as this. I mean, small crimes and things like that aren't a big deal.
The
Comparative
Magisterium
size.
doesn't care about petty crime. They care about magical crime.
At this point, Madame Ava is pulling out the various different, like... You see that some of her attendants are actually, like, setting up, like, a tinted space inside of this room. And setting up, like, her crystal ball on the table. And she's motioning for you all to gather around. Sirnesh and Kazadan, did you have matters to discuss before this?
I had matters to discuss with Sirnesh, but not in front of the rest of the party.
He wants it private in whispers.
Kazadan,
No.
Oh.
Yes.
can this matter wait for just a moment? I
She'll
need you
take
all
his
to...
silence as an okay.
Come, everybody,
Oi.
closer and closer, as close as you can. I especially want you to be able to see the crystal ball as well. It seems, once again, the Lady of Fate must serve as a guide, lest the world is taken by many evils. Madame Ava sits before the party, with the lanterns in the room being brought down to a dim, more cool look to it. She pulls out a deck of Taroka cards and places a hand over her crystal ball, removing the black silk for it. To the side. For a moment she says nothing. Her eyes move from face to face, weighing each soul in silence. At last she speaks. The death of my brother has broken more than one chain. She turns her gaze to Molly. No curse confines the thing wearing that body. No dark power grips it. No prison holds it. What remains is a malicious amalgam. 47 wicked souls fused into a shard of Strahd's own spirit, guided by the echo he preserved within his tome. It hides, it grows, and it remembers. She passes her hand over the crystal ball, and you see mist coiling inside the glass. It thickens, twists, and collapses into a blank gray haze, and her brow tightens. Hidden. She tries again this time. The glass darkens. Pressure fills the room as if the air it refuses to be looked through. No, not merely hidden. Protected. Something like... non-detection clouds the path. It knows it is hunted. She exhales slowly and places 2 fingers against her own heart. Zivno, you recognize this. This is the Identify spell. You've seen this spell cast many, many times in your life.
That's one way to do it.
You feel this tendril of black dissipating into the air as she casts. No, not hidden. Already, it prepares countermeasures. When last you fought Strahd, the heart of sorrow shielded him from grievous wound. But this thing has no heart to break. The other souls within it, the wicked dead, he is weaving them into an abjuration unlike anything I've ever seen. Your spells, your weapons, your wits, looking to Sirnesh, even the Sun Sword, they will not be enough. And she reaches for the Taroka deck. I know of something ancient and primal. A lightning bolt stolen aeons ago by the storm god Bishta from the Primarchs, long before the Union Flash. It may hold the force needed to break such a ward. She looks to Sirnesh, Esme, Kazadan. But there are problems. Your capable hands are needed elsewhere. If Strahd conquers and unites the vampires of Rathal, his domain will become larger than it has ever been. You must hunt down these evils before he can reach them. She shuffles the deck, and the cards rasp like dry leaves. She looks to Kazadan and Lightning. And you two. As much as you live to strike down Strahd, that is not your fate in this hour. The evils rising in Barovia must be put down. Worse still, without a prisoner, without the central anchor of this realm, the plane is becoming unstable. You have felt it, surely. The land has begun to forget its own shape. She lays one hand flat upon the deck. 2 birds, 1 stone. There's an entity that has been called Lukashar in ages past. She looks to you, Sirnesh. The very thing a dead friend of yours once named herself after. It is a true monstrosity. The remnants of a dead god and its followers clinging to a dead world and a doomed existence. You must lure it into the underheart of Barovia. There you must bind it to the realm. Her eyes harden. You will not be able to do this alone. And she draws the first card. Before Lukashar can be found, the ancient fanes of the land must be reconsecrated. The ladies of Barovia long past must be remembered, and the land must be taught to hold a prisoner again. The Druid. A circle of stones waits where a village drowned and never truly died. Go to Berez, where roofs rot beneath moss and old prayers sink into black water. There you will find the Swamp Fane, the place of the Weaver. The second card flips onto the table. The Traitor. The swamp is not empty. Something there betrayed the old ways and fed upon the ruin. Beware the witch heart, the drowned dead, and the love that curdled into worship. The offering must be taken from corruption itself, and the Weaver must be named before the stones will hear you. She draws the next pair of cards, the Raven followed by the Seer. South along the road beyond Seidenberg. The forest grows too deep for honest maps. There the branches bend like listening necks, and black wings watch from the canopy. This is the road to the forest fane, the place of the Seeker. The danger there is not claws alone. The Seeker tests memory, guilt, and the path not taken. Expect false clearings, voices of the dead, beasts with human eyes, and visions that ask a price. A sacred thing of ravens must be returned, or the forest will show you every road except the true one. Flipping over the next card, the beast. The last Fane waits upon Mount Baratok, where the stone rises into the killing wind. There is the mountain Fane, the place of the huntress. Predator and prey are the only laws remembered there. And she flips the final card. The Horseman. A riderless doom circles the heights. The climb will test breath, blood, and courage. The dead do not sleep easily beneath that mountain, and something ancient hunts trespassers through storm and scree. To reconsecrate the huntress, you must endure her trial. You must prove that you know when to stalk, when to stand, and when to bleed. She gathers the 6 cards into a fan. With the power of the Fanes restored, you may bind Lukashar in the Underheart. It will serve as Barovia's prisoner. The land will begin to heal. The undead threat will not vanish, but it will fall to a shape mortals can fight. Putting those cards away now and setting her hand on the deck, she looks to Siegfried and the others. As for you, do not think yourself lesser heroes. Fate has smaller shoes for you to fill, yes, but small shoes may stand where giants cannot. Your work is no less vital. Perhaps it is more so. She taps the deck 3 times. I have 3 tasks for you. First, we require a way to know Strahd's movements and locations. Second, we must secure Bishtal's lightning bolt. It holds the power to break the abjuration, protecting the false Dark Lord. And third, we need a frame for the bolt. Something experimental. Something able to contain its impossible power. Without such a vessel, whoever wields it will surely perish. Siegfried gronkles. She meets your gaze. You have done well to steer clear of your troubles in Sturmhofen. Soon that caution must end. You will need to dive headfirst into peril. Her fingers brush the cards, but she does not yet draw. The mercenaries that brought you together have glued together many wicked plots. Cultists hire their services. Evil men in Sturmhofen are drawn into the service of Gormarch. Damage the cult, and Gormarch does fewer evil deeds. Damage Gormarch, and the cult has fewer means. She leans in. Remember this. The orb is cloudy on the details. We will speak of Sturmhofen again in time, but your current task is clearer. She draws a card, and you see the bishop face up. To find one of Bishtal's lightning bolts, let alone take it, you will need the aid of one who once served that storm. A priest with a mountain's body and a penitent soul. A male Goliath cleric, once sworn to Bishtal, now sworn to Guyu. She draws the second card, and her hand freezes. The candles gutter, and she stares at the card for a long, silent moment. You see the donjon. No. She draws a third card almost against her will. The paladin, then a fourth, the rogue. Her expression sharpens, surprise turning quickly into alarm. He is not alone. A rogue walks with him, and a rough-edged paladin besides, 3 blades pointed at the same impossible heart. She grins and rises to move the crystal ball this time. She does not ask the mists for permission. She tears the black silk away and speaks a command. The glass fills with smoke. The smoke thins. The party sees them. A male Goliath cleric, broad as a shrine pillar, marked by old storm faith and newer vows. Beside him, a male rogue moving with careful, practiced suspicion. Near them, a ruffian paladin, armored more by conviction than polish. And behind them rise the black walls and hungry towers of Castle Ravenloft. Madame Ava's face pales, and she grins. He seeks to slay the Dark Lord, but knows not his fate. She looks back to the party. If you travel quickly, your meeting will not be delayed.
So to Barovia we go?
To Barovia you go.
I guess we go to Barovia.
Well, we might as well travel with Kazdan and Sirinesh. It sounds like that's where they're off to.
Splitting the party has not worked very well.
God, I hate Barovia.
Now, here, in this tent built inside of a room, we will end for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with the prospect of old heroes coming back for new adventures.
Dun, dun,
Good
dun.
night.
Have a good night, stream peoples.
Have a good night.
Oh, God.